This video is not intended for viewers under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Memo224. Thank you for joining me for my first ever review here on YouTube. But today we're taking a look at Fanstoys Ft-42 Hunk. It's their version of a G1 Autobot Brawn. I hope that you do like what you see, and if you do, by all means, please like and subscribe. But let's see what he has in store for us. Stay tuned. First thing we'll take a look at is the box. He does have the typical Fanstoys fare as far as glossy finish. It does show a good representation of the character and some beautiful artwork on the front. Everything is embossed as you would expect. It looks wonderful. Side of the box is simply just the embossed name and model number. Top of the box has a picture of the alt mode, as well again as the embossed hunk and model number. And in the back, you do get a bio, and then the promotional pictures that we've seen so much of online while we've been waiting for this character to come out and be released. So, that is it for the box. Let's move on to accessories. With accessories, you get the Fanstoys manual. It is nice with the colored pictures, and the part that is moving in each direction step is indicated with a blue color. Does a very decent job of getting you through the transformation. So that's good. You get the stat card, which has a very nice picture of Hunk on the front, as well as the same bio that appears on the box and his stats. You get an alternate face. This is the, hey Megatron, I'm about to shoot you in the face. It's done very well. Gray paint with blue paint in the eyes. And this is what I'll probably keep in place on the figure when I display him. You get his pistol, which is done very well. I can't tell if it's actually painted or if it's cast in this plastic and silver, but it does have some nice details. I love the trigger guard, and this also incorporates a new system, a new method of getting him to hold it, which I really do enjoy. I hope they continue to use this in the future. And then lastly, you get the item, that one item from that one episode that attaches to the front of his alt mode. Very, very nice chrome plastic, very lightweight, and very simple attachment method. So next we'll be moving on to the actual bot himself. And here we have Hunk in his bot mode. And in my opinion, he's a great looking figure. Very close to the G1 cartoon, which I'm going to put an image right here so that we can compare. The green itself is a little bit lighter than what I would expect, but I do enjoy the military style olive drab green. It is very, very close in my opinion, and it prevents him from being too dark. I think if they would have gone with the dark in the actual cartoon image, it would have just made him look too dark, in my opinion. All of the yellow and green, gray, everything you see is actually painted. Nice details here in the chest. Make sure you use a large Autobot symbol, just because this huge flat area looks completely bizarre if you don't use anything. Good blue and silver paints here along the waist, also black. Going down the leg, great detail in green and gray. Then we get down to the huge feet that will always now make me think of turtle feet. Thank you, Peg. Same for the arms, painted arms, green, gray. Hands, everything's painted on this guy. The head is painted a different color than the arms. It's painted an actual silver. Looks really nice. The face, you've got gray, and again the blue in the eyes. Now, it's important to note that he did not come in actual full bot mode when he came out of the packaging. If you notice on his hips, this is actually mistransformed. So in order to get it right, what you need to do, go ahead and pull his backpack out. You want to first off use a spudger, and I definitely recommend having a spudger on hand if you do have this guy. You want to get these tabs out. Out and out of the way. Do the same for the other side. Now you want to angle the legs forward so you expose the bar for the hip joint. Flip these flaps backwards, and this little groove will actually fit around the bar for the hip joint. It will peg in once you get it in there properly. And when you do, make sure the flap is up and straight on the front, and just utilize that peg. And there you go. And I'll show you again on this side. Lift this part up, fold it in utilizing the groove, and then bend that over and tab in. And there you go. Now, a couple issues people have had is, one, the mirror on the driver's side wants to come off because it's very loose. Mine actually came off and I lost it. It took us about an hour to find it because I have very tall brown carpet, but we were able to locate it. I actually shaved a little bit off the end and then stuck it back in the hole with some glue, and it is holding fine. But you want to be careful during articulation because you can bump it with the arm. Another thing too is the faceplate wants to come off easily, especially this face, the just blank expression face. You can actually see it moving around just by me barely touching it with my spudger. So I'm going to show you how to change this faceplate now. It's very simple, and it being so loose really definitely helps. But just simply get it loosened up. And then bring in your alternate face. It's a simple 3-prong, 3-hole method. Line it up and push it in. Now, I do think that the angry face does seem to hold a little bit better, but I guarantee that it's going to fall off during the course of this transformation. But anyhow, let's move into articulation. You can get full 360 degrees on the arms. Again, make sure you watch the mirror. The shoulders can go up to there. You can actually cheat it a little bit. If you undo this, you can get it up higher if you want, but it does break out the sculpt. You've got upper arm rotation there, and then also 90 degrees of bend on the elbow, single jointed elbow. Pivot on the wrist, and fingers are on a single pin. No moving of the thumb. While we're here, we'll go ahead and show the the way that the pistol goes into the hand. You want to make sure that you have the hand in a fist position, and then you can see the little T groove right here that coincides with the T shape on the handle, and you just simply line it up, slide it in. There you go. Very, very simple. Definitely preferred by me anyway to the typical fan, or the typical Masterpiece slot system that you see on most weapons. All right, head is on a ball, so you do get up and down. You get side to side. If you notice, there's a little bit of a recess here that allows for the head to move side to side. It is very tight, but it's been loosening up the more I've been manipulating it. You can also get a little bit more by moving this piece here. Not much, but it does help. And there's his face coming off. All right. You do have waist rotation. It's very limited with the backpack in place. You can get more by loosening or taking the backpack off, but it does break up the sculpt. And we'll just leave that off. You do get upper thigh rotation. You can get up to there, or you can actually cheat if you want and get more by moving this flap out, flipping up the hip skirt. That will give you a full 90 forward, and then back that much. You get more than 90 degrees on a single knee on the knee joint, a single joint. Don't get any up or down on the knee, but you do get a pivot, which is, in my opinion, pretty neat, because this whole leg area splits in half during the transformation. So overall, pretty well articulated. It just bothers me that I have to leave the face off because it keeps falling off. I'm gonna have to get some floor polish or something in there to tighten up that fit. But that is articulation in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and move into transformation. First thing you want to do is you want to come and you want to pull the backpack. Extend it out. Now sadly, this is going to wobble around, make noise throughout the transformation, but it is necessary. I like to go ahead and untab these just to get the arms up out of the way. You want to go ahead and undo your connections here and here. Same on the other side. Go ahead and again move the legs forward. Use this piece to help you get the tab out, and then fold that piece down. Same on this side. Go ahead and flip these pieces in. And this is a tricky part, but what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to slide the legs down. If you look, you can see that there's a channel here. It's not too much different than the Zeta combiner hips, as well as the Toy World constructor, but it's easier said than done, especially when he's new. But you want to push them down. You want to do it together, which is definitely easier said than done. There we go. And face again. Go ahead and bring the legs down. And at this point, if you want, we can go ahead and take care of the arms. So undo the tab there as we did before. This gold piece will actually pivot and fit along this channel here, like so. Just bring it back. And you see you can't actually go any further than what is necessary. And then rotate this piece back. And you want to arrange the arms like so. Do it again on this side. Bring the arm back. Flip this forward, utilizing the shoulder joint. And the arms will actually stay like this for the rest of the transformation. Go ahead and spin the head and the back plate, because you'll want them in this position for alt mode. Now you want to come to the bottom of the feet and flip up these tabs on both sides if they haven't popped already. Pull the leg up and you want to twist it so the screws are forward. Now, in similar fashion to Fanstoys Sheridan, you have a little clip here, so you want to clip this up. That will allow you to bend the knee down 90 degrees, and you can actually flip this back down. And then you can pull these gray tabs down and out of the way. We'll show that again. Flip this clip up just temporarily to give you the ability to bend the knee, and you can flip it back down and take care of your gray tabs. So this is what you end up with. Now, with these tabs flipped, you want to go ahead and separate the legs, splitting them in half. I'm going to adjust my camera here. Once you get them in a straight fashion, you can actually pivot these into place, and then you'll want to push from either end to get these to lock in place, just like that. Now, deal with the toes. You want to unfold, untab, straighten them up, and they'll actually tab in right here. The front is actually a little bit different. You still got to flip the toe up, but it's actually tabbed in and then it's on the slider. So pull the slider out, rotate it around, slide it back in, and there's a tab here. Tab that in. And then push the thighs in and they will lock. So the thigh locking mechanism is just simply right here. You can do it before or after. So in this time I'll show you before. Just make sure that it goes in without any clearance, and this little prong right here will actually go up inside. Just like that. So here's where we repeat the splitting of the legs. Make sure that the extensions are locked in place. Flip the toe. This is the one that's on the slider, so lift up, flip it around, and slide back in. There we go. And now the simple one. Flip, flip, line up, and tab. And push just to lock everything in place. Now here comes the difficult part of the transformation, which is the backpack. So you want to make sure that it is fully extended. Now I like to leave it a little bit bent here because that will help you later when you're trying to get everything on. So go ahead and grab the hood portion, swing it around, and there's these two prongs here that coincide with the holes in the hood. Go ahead and line those up and push, and this little portion right here will actually snap into the underneath the hood, or the underneath the windshield. And you know when you have it in place. Go ahead and grab the grill assembly, bring it down, and we'll leave it like that for now because we want to focus on the back a little bit. Unfold the back section. You'll hear a little click when it's all the way. Okay. Unfold these wings here. Same for the other side. QC21, by the way. Now it's a little bit of a chore to work this whole section around. I like to leave this out a little bit, but I like to also start on the front. So this guy came out. You just basically have to start pushing. Took a bit, I don't know why I had trouble there, but the key thing that you want to do is compress everything down, and it involves flexing around the body. Once you can get that done, it'll just suddenly just pop into place. There we go. I'll make sure that this piece is properly tabbed back in. As far as the hood goes and the grill, these prongs here will actually sit right here on both sides. And once you have that in place, you can lift up these pieces on the bumper, and that will actually help lock everything in place. So that is the front end done. You want to work yourself along the back. You can see the prongs that actually, they don't lock in, but they do help line up the top of the roof. And then make sure these guys are out. And line up with the grooves on the side. You'll see there's little prongs along the way that help everything line up properly. Now this part is somewhat of a pain because there's so much tension it doesn't want to stay properly. Something to do with the way that this rotates around, but it'll stay good enough with friction. And that is Ft-42 Hunk in his alt mode. We got through it there. Bringing that hood down, or the roof down, isn't exactly the top or the easiest part of the transformation. And I think he looks really well. I'm going to go ahead and put a cartoon image of the alt mode right here so we can compare. I think they really did go more for cartoon accuracy with this alt mode than you typically see with Fanstoys. Fanstoys likes to make their vehicle modes realistic at least. And when they can, they do match up with real life cars. But in this situation, I think he's supposed to be a Land Rover, but he does definitely seem more similar to the actual cartoon. But it rolls really well. As I bump the camera. Rubber tires. You can actually store his weapon in the alt mode. Flip that tab down. You can see the hole and then the corresponding peg. Just stick that in there as my dog wants to start trying to talk to me. And that does not interfere with the clearance. As far as the other accessory for alt mode, you can bring in your drill. And it simply pegs on right here to the grill. And there you go. That is Hunk, Fanstoys Ft-42 in his alt mode. Let's go ahead and bring in a comparison here. We've got MP Sideswipe, and we'll also go ahead and bring in MP10 as well for comparison in alt mode. And I really do think he looks really good. Alright, allow me to get him transformed back into robot mode and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Final thoughts, here he is with some other mini bots as well as the TE01 Optimus Prime. But I do really enjoy this figure. I think that he does fit with the aesthetic that I'm going for, which is toon accuracy. Paint is very well done. The articulation is a little bit limited, but for a mini bot, I think it's great. You also you have paint head to toe, and he actually stands out amongst the other mini bots. And we'll bring in Sheridan as well for comparison. A little bit shorter than Sheridan. I don't know how cartoon accurate that is because it's varied so much, but there he is. Overall, I am satisfied with the purchase of this figure. I can't wait for their next release, which should be coming at the end of next month. Their Dune Rider. Definitely looking forward to that. Well, I do hope that you show me a little bit of forgiveness for some of the errors that I've made during this video. I know that this is my first attempt and I can only improve from here, right? But thank you for your time. I really do enjoy doing this. It was a lot of fun, and I hope that you continue to have fun with me in the future. Thank you for watching.